Okay, I want you to picture yourself, alright? You have a beautiful day, walking into a movie theater, you sit down, you watch the movie, about halfway through, you know the movie's great, you put your arm around her, and you're thinking maybe you could lean in, or I don't know, it's just going really well, and you think this date's really cute, and she's a possible marriage partner, right? And you're sitting there watching the movie, and all of a sudden you hear boom, 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 and you look at the screen, and you're like, this isn't a violent scene. This is a comedy scene. There's no violence in this scene. But still, you're hearing boom, 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 and then all of a sudden you hear screaming, and it just sends chills down your spine. And you're like, what's going on? Is the movie theater next to us playing that? And you turn around, and there's a crazy man with a gun, right? And you just pop, 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 lighten up the place, right? Now I want to imagine we don't have this problem right now, but I want you to imagine that we have gun control, and nobody else in that room has a legal weapon, and so nobody has a weapon because nobody's going to be able to get an illegal weapon, right? So you're sitting there, you reach for your hand weapon. Oh yeah, the government took it away. You can't do anything. You have to duck down underneath the seat and hide and hope nothing happens. So then you just hear, freaking heart is just pounding. You're just scared to death. You know, there's nothing you can do. You're just stuck inside this movie theater. He's got the exits blocked off. What can you do? You sit there just hiding, praying, please don't let anything happen. And then he finally runs out of ammunition, drops his gun, he runs out, the cops get him. I mean, whatever, right? But you stand up, and you just see that your date is bleeding from her head down, all the way down. And so the EMTs come in and they try and help her out. But they say that she's already brain dead and there was nothing that they could do because as soon as the bullet hit her, she was dead. And you start crying, right? I mean, that would suck. So my name is Seth Staple. I'm going to be doing persuasive speech on gun control. Now, there's a lot of statistics out there, and there's some on the NRA's website, and one that I have the website linked to right now. There is some statistics that say there's about 280 million guns, and who knows how many illegal guns there are because nobody can know, right? It also says that in the state of New York, 22% of juveniles carry illegal weapons, which is a lot, right? And we all know how many homicides go down in New York City. It's like not even funny compared to Salt Lake City. So where do you think all those juveniles are getting illegal weapons? Because juveniles are not allowed to obtain a weapon, so they must be getting them from some other means, right? Maybe their parents bought them, which is, I mean, could be likely because they're all a bunch of gang members. But gang members don't usually buy them from the store because they can't. They have illegal backgrounds that don't let them, they're not allowed to own those things. So there's still other ways. They can go on the black market. Tons of guns bought off the black market. They can go to a different country. Mostly the black market, though. Black marketeers have tons of guns. The statistic is actually 80% of all gun violence is due to illegal weapons. And so, I mean, which makes perfect sense. So what I'm getting at here is that, so if criminals are already getting their weapons illegally, then how are we going to stop them from getting illegal guns? I mean, if we pass a law, ooh, no more guns, what are the criminals going to do, right? They're not going to listen. They're just going to keep buying them off the black market. Whereas then we, just good citizens won't be able to buy them off the black market because we're good citizens. And when we turn our guns in, we're completely helpless. We don't have any way to fight back except for, I don't know, brass knuckles. Oh wait, those are banned in the state of Utah. Nunchucks, that's just dumb to carry around. You could have a beater stick, but why would you want to use that against someone with a gun? Because just boom, as you're trying to run up with the beater stick, and boom, you're dead. And so I want you to imagine a bunch of crazy criminals on the loose with a bunch of undefenseless people. Do you know how many more robberies will go up, and how many more homicides will go up, and it's not going to be pretty if that happens. And I mean, if the government does make us turn all of our weapons in, then what's going to stop a gangster from being, oh yeah, okay, here, have my gun. They passed a law, I can't have a gun anymore. Gangsters aren't going to do that. They don't follow the laws anyways. What's going to start them now? Okay, so next part. This is where I had the visuals, but I don't have any visuals because I don't have a projector. It's a video, and the link is in my, my not my website, my gosh, I'm so sorry. My written essay for this speech. There's two videos. One shows a video of unarmed victims. It's the British police, and there's a man with a knife, and the British police run up, trying to help, like, you know, get him, and then he points the knife at him, and they run away because they don't have a gun, and they don't have a knife, and because they have gun control there. And we don't want that with our police, do we? I mean, we don't want our police running up, oh no, and then, I mean, nobody wants policemen that are helpless, that can't do anything, right? That would be terrible and scary because the police are what's supposed to protect us. In the other video, it shows it doesn't show policemen, but it shows a good citizen in the U.S. He's a veteran, and they're in a gas station. This criminal pulls a gun, holds it to the cash register. He says, "Hey, give me all the money." And the veteran says, "Nope." Pulls a gun, puts it right to his head, right, and the guy drops his gun. He backs off slowly. There's no problems had. Well, that's the difference between an armed victim and an unarmed victim. I don't want to be an unarmed victim personally. I don't know about you, but it does not sound fun to just be helpless in that kind of situation, which I hope you see that. And my videos are on there. That's my visuals, so please look at those. They're really good. And one more thing, I want you to know that there are still good people in the world with guns, right? It's not only bad people. Clearly, I mean, in the latest Texas shooting, which is a very sad event, tons of people died, but a man ran outside of his house. He was a member of the NRA, right? He had, it wasn't an AK-47, I think it was like an MK-16 or something? And he comes out and he's following him with the gun, and he can shoot the tires out and ends up shooting the guy, right? I mean, we didn't want that killer to be able to just run loose and, like, nothing happened to him, right? I mean, it would have been better if we would have had somebody inside the church with a gun so that he could stop him, right, when it was happening. But, I mean, there are still good people in this world with guns, and guns do not kill people, people kill people. And that is why I believe we should all vote against gun control, because we want to be able to arm ourselves and help ourselves, and we don't want to be false subject to criminals. And that's all I've got to say. Please vote against gun control.